I really, really struggled. And it was hard because I watched Survivor, but I just truly thought that this show was fake. I was like, they do not put these people through this. There is no way this is gonna, this is just not right. And I just visualized you'd walk out there and you'd see tents and campers and porta potties, and there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. It is the real deal. And I really, really struggled. I felt like I didn't fit in with my tribe right away. I said before even started the game, I'm going to just lay back. I'm going to stay calm. I'm just going to go with the flow. I did the complete opposite. I got out there and I started making alliances 15, 20 minutes into the game. And I struggled. I really, really, really struggled. And just watching that on national television, watching that back was really hard for me because I did. I literally had a breakdown because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
So you realized right away that making friends was the most important thing you could do.
I did. And I probably should have just kind of backed off a little bit, because I felt like I was jumping into the game a little too fast, too quickly. But I just felt it was almost, I don't even know what word I could use. I felt a little insecure. I felt like, okay, I really want to play this game hard from the beginning, where I should have just stepped back a little bit. And I did. I had a meltdown. I was crying. Day 5, I wanted to quit. And I was like, I can't do this. And then I started thinking of, oh my goodness, I coach a swim team. I have 3 children. I'm going to walk off and quit on national television. What kind of message am I giving them? Yeah.
So it was the thinking about your past leadership experience that made you go, I can't quit. I can't do this.
Yes. Yes. Plus, Jimmy Johnson, the former NFL football coach for the Dallas Cowboys, he was on my tribe. And I pulled him aside and I just basically said, I really, really need to talk to somebody. So he and I walked over and we sat on this log, and his words really, really inspired me to stay. He looked at me and he said, we really need you. You can't quit. You really need to think about this. It's going to be something you're going to regret. And after he said some of those words to me, I was like, you are so right. I really, really need to keep pushing forward. And, that really resonated with me because growing up in an abusive home, my father was not around very much. When my parents separated and I was a 6th grader, my dad was kind of a floater. We never really knew where he was. And so my high school track coach became like my father figure. He inspired me, he encouraged me. And I think that's why I turned to Jimmy Johnson on the island, because he was also a coach and I looked up to him as, wow, Jimmy Johnson is on my tribe. And so when he and I went over and we sat on that log, it was almost kind of a backflash to, wow, Mr. Hermanson in high school really helped me get through some of those tough times. And that's exactly what Coach Johnson is doing out here in the jungle.
So so you ended up at some point becoming the last remaining member of your tribe. What was that
Yes.
feeling like? Were you constantly the underdog at that point?
Well, I was the underdog. I would say definitely to day 5. And then day 11, we had a tribe swap. And I got in with some young kids. And I really think that's what saved my game because these young kids were listening to me. I think I inspired them. I encouraged them. And that goes back to my swimming days. So, uh, I felt like I was the underdog right away, but once we had that tribe switch, that's where I felt like I could really get these kids on my side and keep moving forward.
Now, were there any specific challenges that were more difficult than others?
Um, they were all kind of hard just because, you're living off of a quarter cup of rice a day and we didn't get a lot of food to eat. They said our season was one of the worst seasons as far as finding food. We just couldn't find food. Drank a lot of water, but it rained the first 17 nights we were out there. We slept in the pouring rain. So we were not sleeping actually. Definitely sleep deprivation, the starvation, the elements were terrible. You're constantly paranoid. The paranoia is unbelievable. You're constantly watching people thinking, who are they talking to? Who are they going to vote off next? So that was really hard. So I wouldn't really say I was the underdog the whole way through. It was definitely that tribe switch on day 11 where I was like, okay, I think I got in with these young kids now. I think I can keep moving forward in this game.